Joined by my old quarterback. One of my favorite memories playing with you is you dive like you thought you were like Reggie Bush. You were about 8 yards short. When did you start doing YouTube?
Whenever my sophomore year of college was, probably like 2019 or something, we were just in an entrepreneurship class, and I was like, it gave me an idea to do something. I was like, this sounds kind of fun, so I tried it, and then I was like, nobody watched for like 6 months, but eventually it took off.
So what has been your biggest like surprise of this year of the NFL?
I think with their expectations, because I think everyone would say the Bills would be AFC Championship contenders for sure, right up there with the Chiefs. But I mean, obviously they're on the outside looking at the playoff picture right now.
Welcome to Catching.a.vibe. This is episode 29. I'm your host, Drew. Today, I'm joined by my old quarterback, Martin High School Hall of Famer, NASCAR and NFL YouTuber, Crazy Legs, Chris Pennnell. Chris, how we doing, my guy?
What's up, Drew? Good to be back and talking to you. It's been a long time, but we've had some good times in the past, so it'll be nice to catch up, and I'm looking forward to it.
Yes, dude. So, Chris, let's just start off. Do you miss playing football?
Well, of course. It was always a great time. Love messing around at practice. You know, we always had our shenanigans.
Yeah, you and Andrew trying to moss me at practices.
Oh, yeah. It was always throwing routes to wide receivers and the DB. That's where I hung out the entire time. You know, I wasn't playing defense.
Yeah, but we didn't connect much on Fridays, but practices, you and me had that connection. You know, Drew run a post, always got you there.
Oh, yeah. We were practice legends there, you and me, with the hookup.
Yeah. So for those that don't know, Chris graduated 2017. I graduated 2018. And Chris was the quarterback, obviously. And I was like the freshman QB, like two different play styles. He was Peyton Manning. I was Johnny Manziel. And I was like, dude, I'm not going to see the field till I'm a senior at quarterback. So I switched over to receiver because I couldn't beat Crazy Legs out.
Oh, yeah. And then you became Drew Island over there at corner.
It's my quarterback.
Our senior year, you had him on shutdown. So.
Yes, sir. So we got to talk about that 2016 year. What do you miss the most about that?
Really just kind of hanging out at practice, having fun. We just had so many shenanigans. Like, I know people, if they know me, I'm really quiet, but I always like to pull some pranks and stuff.
Yes. I remember one prank. Always, we got the treat bags. And you would always put pudding in Sean Coley's cleats. I'd always remember that.
And I'll never forget, he went out to practice, and he didn't realize the pudding was in there, and then he found out because it exploded, and then he just has his shoe up. And he blamed Tony, so I didn't even say anything. I just let Tony take it.
Oh, shout out Tony. That's funny. But one of my favorite memories playing with you is 2016, we're playing Louisville, you know, like the hardest team or division. And it's like 3rd and 10, you know, you roll out, escape the pocket. You're rolling out to the left side and you dive like you thought you were like Reggie Bush. You were about 8 yards short. I like posted a picture of it inch by inch. And it was just so funny seeing you dive for that.
I thought I was a little bit closer to the first down. We watched it on film the next day. I'm like, what an idiot.
Yeah. Oh, that's so awesome. So, Chris, you're a big YouTuber now. Shout out to all your success. When did you start doing YouTube?
I believe whenever my sophomore year of college was, probably like 2019 or something. We were just in an entrepreneurship class, and I was like, it gave me an idea to do something. I was like, this sounds kind of fun. So I tried it, and then I was like, nobody watched for like 6 months, but eventually it took off. So
yeah. Did you have like anyone like inspire you to do, like were you watching someone and you're like, I think I can do this?
I never really watched videos. I always listened to like fantasy football podcasts, but I turned it into YouTube because I didn't know how to do Spotify podcasts or anything.
Yeah. So I still don't know how to, and I've been doing this for a year now.
It's confusing. I looked it up.
Yes. That's funny. So what goes into like your picks and stuff?
So I don't really have any bias. I just have models that I run in Excel. It's really boring stuff, but I just basically follow my numbers and I remove any bias. And it's easy because, you know, the Browns aren't that exciting of a team. So we don't have to worry about playing them anyway.
Hey, we got Joe Flacco this week. Elite Flacco this week.
That'll be fun. But yeah, it's just basically an algorithm I build. So betting model. And if I have value compared to sports books, that's what I do. And it works out. So take it.
And you have Prize Picks. They sponsor you, right?
Oh yeah, they sponsored me a couple years ago, and it's a good partnership. Them and Underdog. I don't know if you plan over on Underdog as well, but or heard of it.
I don't think Ohio you're allowed to.
Oh, that's right. Well, yeah, I'm in
I've
Florida now,
tried.
so I can play, but in Ohio you cannot, unfortunately.
Yeah. Because do you know who BDGE is? It's like a YouTube channel.
Yeah, actually, I've watched them a long time ago.
Yeah, they were like, sign up now, you get like $100 free. And I was like, all right, like I'll try it then. I was upset that I couldn't bet at all on there.
Yeah, at least you guys have legalized sports betting though. We don't have that in Florida, unfortunately.
Really?
Yeah, we have actually 2 weeks ago they opened an app you can use, but it's not the same like as Ohio where you have FanDuel and DraftKings and stuff.
Yeah. Oh, dude, I've lost so much money betting. It's been unreal. I was
it can be dangerous.
Yes, it is. Especially when you get like the free bonus bets. You're like, I'm shooting for the stars with these.
Oh yeah. I get that. I saw on Facebook the day it got legalized. I went on there and everybody and their sisters talking about a FanDuel account.
Yeah. Dude, I had a bad beat last week. So I did like a 10-leg parlay. You know, I was doing like receiver, receptions, rushing yards, all of that. And so it was the Buccaneers. I had Chris Godwin over 3.5 catches. Ooh. So it gets to the 2-minute warning. And it was second down. And he ran like, I want to say like a 5-yard out or something short. He got it. And I'm like fist pumping. I'm like, let's go. I hit. There's a flag on the play. I was like, no, he's going to miss it by a catch. Then the very next play, Baker got stripped. And I went to my room. I was like, dude, I'm not watching football the rest of the day.
Those can really beat your whole day up. It can get annoying.
Especially being a Browns fan too. Like last week was rough. With DTR getting knocked out. It's tough.
Yeah, that was a tough watch versus that. I thought we would have a nice win that week, but unfortunately that's the case.
Yeah, Russ is cooking right now. He's had a pretty good year. Honestly.
Yeah, I know he doesn't get the yardage, but I was looking at his numbers and the touchdowns are there. He's not turning the ball over, and they won like what, 5 in a row now?
Yeah, like and they got beat 70-20 by the Dolphins. What was that? Week 2, week 3?
I think that was the wake-up call. I mean, they had almost an NFL record against them, so something happened.
Yeah. I was, like, starting to think, like, is Sean Payton about to get fired after them, like, selling the house for him?
Yeah, because doesn't he have, like, a $100 million contract or something?
Yeah.
I was like...
Russ, too.
They're figuring it out, though, and Russ he's getting there. So, and their team is a little bit boring, which is why they don't get too much hype, but Russ is fun.
Yeah, they're becoming dangerous.
Yeah, the problem is they're in a good division with the Chiefs, but... I would say right now they're probably better than close to the Chargers, I would say.
Dude, I hate Brandon Staley. He is my least favorite coach. I don't know how he still has a job right now.
I'm not sure either. The one thing I like about him though is he never punts the ball, which I just love the chaos of that. But other than that, yeah, he's probably going to be gone soon.
Dude, he gets bailed out every time Lane goes for it on 4th down and 2. Do you remember? I think it was last year. They went for it 4th and 2 against the Browns at like their own like 25-yard line.
I do remember. I think I do remember that. Yeah. He's a crazy man.
Yeah. Cade York, of course, missed the field goal to win.
Don't remind me of Cade York. Yeah. He's in the past, fortunately.
Dude, he's got cut like 3 times already.
Yeah. He was what round did we draft him in? I forget.
Third or fourth.
But Justin Hopkins is the legend, at least.
Dude, shout out the boy D-Hop. What a legend.
He's saving our season right now.
He is. The MVP, the best player on the field for us.
Kind of reminds me of the Phil Dawson days where Phil Dawson was our only hope for points.
Right. Phil Dawson, legend. So you do NASCAR too. Were you always into NASCAR? Like, how did that come up?
Yeah, I know it's not a sport that everyone likes at all, but I liked it growing up because I always had all this old NASCAR stuff. And then I stopped for a while, but then in high school, I found on DraftKings you could play NASCAR. So I got into that. It's my favorite thing now. I probably like it more than football, to be honest.
Really? You're that big into it?
Yeah. I watch every race. And we went to a race recently in Miami. But I love it. Yeah.
That's so funny because I was like wondering. I was like, I don't think I remember you ever talking about NASCAR.
Well, it's not really something you can talk about because I'm like the only one that knows.
That's fair.
But I do like it because, everyone knows a lot of stuff about football, but NASCAR, it's very niche. So I feel like they got a better edge there. So.
Yeah. Because my one buddy, he's like, dude, we're doing NASCAR league. Do you want to join us? Like, dude, I have no clue who's good, who's not good.
Right. It's why it's hard to talk about, because if I bring up NASCAR to someone, they're going to look at me weird like, what are you talking about?
Right. So I got to ask you, how's your fantasy team this year?
So my main one, the one with Andrew and Austin and all them, it's got, I think I'm 6 and, how many weeks have we played? I think I'm 6 and 6.
You're 6 and 6? Yeah, that's right.
I've got quarterback. I've been in quarterback purgatory this year because I had Deshaun Watson, and so I've been stuck with rostering guys like Russell Wilson, who hasn't been bad, but I barely started him. I played Zach Wilson. It's been tough.
You played Zach Wilson?
It's been really bad. I'm also in an 18-team league. So 1 week I had to almost start Taysom Hill at quarterback. It's been tough.
My God.
But the rest is good. I got Cooper Kupp, who unfortunately he's sucked. Puka Nacua, Keenan Allen, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Hawkinson. But quarterback position, absolutely murdering me this year.
Yeah. Dude, I'm like, so I did 2 leagues this year. Usually I do 3, but I was like, guys, I need a break from doing 3. It's so much to keep up with. So I drafted Joe Burrow in both leagues.
So you're in the same position.
So the one I have Kyler, and I just picked Kyler up 3 weeks ago, right before he got activated. And my other one, I have Jordan Love, and Jordan Love's been playing pretty good so far.
Not bad.
Yeah, but dude, it sucks picking Joe Burrow, thinking, oh, he's going to be great. Then he gets hurt.
And he sucked at the beginning. You got a nice little stretch there, but yeah, you definitely not happy with Joe Burrow.
3 points week 1.
Oh my gosh, he looks so bad.
Yeah, I lost by 5 points because Joe Burrow scored 3 points for me.
Yeah, that's brutal.
Yeah. I don't know about you, but I can draft receivers, but running backs, I suck at drafting running backs.
Well, this year I took the 0 RB approach. So my first 4 picks were wide receiver because we have 2 flexes. And I was like, I'll just pick up running backs on good offenses and maybe the end zone. So I took Pacheco and I believe Dave Montgomery and Kyron Williams. And I mean, they've been good. I have no complaints about that.
Monty scores a touchdown every week. That's ridiculous.
I mean, Jahmyr Gibbs is obviously better, but I'll just take my touchdown.
Yeah, I drafted Jahmyr Gibbs in my 1 league. I traded him to get Devontae Adams.
Man, but unfortunately, he's got AOC at quarterback, which is really killing him.
But I traded Devontae Adams for Kenneth Walker, and Kenneth Walker just got hurt for me.
Right. I think he'll be back soon. Charbonnet got hurt anyway, so they'll need him back.
Yeah. Charbonnet got me 16 this week, so I can't complain too much about it.
Oh, you had him handcuffed, then you're fine. It's all the same.
Yeah. Do you think the Browns are cursed? I don't know what your stance is on the Browns.
They're definitely cursed at the quarterback position, I think. Because when Watson played this year, we won, and he had some bad games, but he looked really good versus Baltimore. But unfortunately, then he breaks his arm the next week.
Yeah.
We just can't catch a break. Our roster's loaded. We have one of the best teams in the league, but, I mean, we are missing the most important position when you roll out P.J. Walker and DTR at quarterback.
Yeah. And DTR, it's so Browns. This year especially, I was like, dude, don't get hyped up for the year. They're going to break your heart like they always do. Then our defense, Jim Schwartz, shout out him, Joe Woods. I wouldn't let him coach my little sister's tennis team. That's how bad he is.
Oh, Woods was. I mean, the difference from last year, because we don't have a ton of new players. I mean, just the entire different scheme from Schwartz has been amazing. And I like that hire. I was kind of excited about that. But anything other than Joe Woods is an upgrade.
Yeah, Joe Woods, I don't know what he was thinking. With our corners are man-to-man. Corners. Joe Woods had them playing 15 yards off zone. That's it.
You got Ward Newsom. They're locked down first-round pick. I mean,
right.
We're using them right.
Yeah, I love Emerson. He's one of my favorites.
Oh, yeah. The whole defense is so good.
They're so fast, too. They just get to the ball quick, man.
And it helps when you're going to have the defensive player of the year this season, Myles Garrett, too.
I know. I've kind of always thought TJ Watt was better than Myles, but this year Myles is just on a different level.
Yeah, I know some of the overall numbers are different with Watt, but he's played way more snaps, and they obviously play somewhat different positions. And I was looking at the ratios and percentage, and Myles Garrett's absolutely cleaning them up. So,
and Miles, he gets like double teams like 80% of the time. PJ, like it's like 15% or something really low. I don't understand.
Yeah, and his success rate, Myles Garrett and double teamage, and it's just, I mean, he's obviously better. I think I know we're a little bit biased, but I would definitely take Myles Garrett any day. But they're both, I mean, they're both amazing. So
oh yeah, they're 1A, 1B pretty much. It's like Kobe and LeBron, that debate.
Right, pretty much.
So what has been your biggest like surprise of this year of the NFL?
Man, well, honestly, with the quarterback play for the Browns, that is pretty surprising that we're winning games. But other than that, I feel like it's hard to say, really. Maybe the Buffalo Bills. I mean, it looks like they might end up missing the playoffs. And I mean, Josh Allen was one of the best out there, but they're just not winning games.
Mm-hmm. I think mine is the Texans. I expected them to win like maybe 3 or 4 games, but they've been balling. They're in the playoff picture right now.
CJ Stroud might be a top 5 quarterback right now too.
Dude, he's in the MVP race. That's
He is close.
Yeah,
right up there with Jalen Hurts and Patrick. I think Jalen Hurts will win it this year with the better record over the Chiefs. But I mean, Stroud and Tank Dell. I mean, that is such a good combo.
I know. I used to like Tank Dell in college, but I did not expect this at all out of him. I mean, he's thrown to Tank Dell, Nico Collins are his 2 receivers, and Noah Brown.
Yeah, and they look great. I don't know if it's CJ Stroud making them look good or they're just undervalued players, but it's working out.
Yeah. I'm just wondering, as like a Ohio State fan, like where was this? Like I thought he was good, but like I didn't think he was this good.
Yeah, I don't watch too much college, but I heard a bunch of buzz about CJ Stroud, and I was watching some highlights the other day. I was like, hey, he looks pretty good, but I didn't know he'd be like a top 5 talent in the NFL right now. But he looks great. Like I can't imagine being a Carolina Panthers fan where they sold the farm for Bryce Young, and I mean, it's hard to say because the team sucks, but at the same time, the Texans sucked as well, and CJ Stroud turned that around. Bryce Young just doesn't really pass the eye test right now, but I don't know. We'll see. The offensive line's bad, but I would definitely rather have Stroud at this point than Bryce Young.
Have you seen those clips of like the Panthers like coaches going to like Stroud's like pro day saying like, once you get a house in Charlotte, we can play basketball?
I saw that. It sounds like they wanted CJ Stroud, but someone up top wanted Bryce Young.
Is it Kemper, the owner of the Panthers?
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, he's fired like 6 different coaches already. He's been the owner since 2018. That's insane.
Yeah, that team is a mess, and that's definitely going to set them back for sure.
Right. They thought Adam Thielen was going like...
Yeah, 40-year-old Adam Thielen's going to save the year.
He's been having a good fantasy year, though.
Fantasy-wise, yeah, he's been great.
I don't understand. Like, he's 34 and he's still putting up these numbers. It's crazy to me.
I guess he's just like that safety valve for Bryce Young. I mean, look for the guy that's that possession receiver and he gets the work. But yeah, I think they started with the Bears, right? So they're going to be set up for quite some time because this year, I mean, they're going to have potential 2 top 5 picks, and that's going to.
Yeah. Do you think the Bears should move away from Fields?
Yeah, I'm in the camp that I think Fields sucks. I mean, he's good for fantasy. I think a lot of people that play fantasy get caught up saying, yeah, he's a great quarterback because he puts up all those numbers, but real life wise, I mean, he's not really that great. So I think they should get a quarterback, but I guess it depends where they're going to pick. I know, like I said, I don't really watch college, but I know guys like Caleb Williams. He's at the top of the board. Even Drake May, and then I don't. Bo Nix is the other one, but like I said, I don't really know where they're going to go in the draft, but I think he's supposed to go high, right?
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what they do.
And then
they
you
might get Harbaugh too.
Well. Yeah, if they can, and also Harrison. I remember at one point, I think the Bears were projected. I forget where the draft order is right now, but they had like the potential 1 to 2 picks, and you could have went like Caleb Williams and Marvin Harrison. That would have been a fun duo.
Dude, Marvin Harrison is just different. I think he's like the best receiver prospect since Megatron.
Yeah, that's certainly possible. I mean, especially when you're related to a Harrison, you know. So he's got that degree as well. Exactly.
I don't think we ever see like a Hall of Famer have a kid and the kid like almost be better.
Yeah, it always seems like they're just kind of living in their dad's shadow and they're just getting their own name value. But sure, he has name value as well, but he's also got the talent to back it up and production.
So you think the Bills are like the most disappointing team so far?
I think with their expectations, because I think everyone would say the Bills would be AFC Championship contenders for sure, right up there with the Chiefs. But I mean, obviously they're on the outside looking at the playoff picture right now. Though I was looking at some of Josh Allen. I know he's a turnover machine, but a lot of that has been unlucky this year because I was looking at like sample size of the quarterbacks and guys that are making similar decisions. Their turnover rate is so much lower. So he's just been on a bad luck streak this year, but it's obviously costing them games.
Yeah. Do you think that Stephon Diggs drama has anything to do with them struggling?
I'm not sure. It seems like almost every big name wide receiver has drama these days.
Right.
I know Amari Cooper's not in that kind of category, but I love his attitude. He's always this level-headed, kind of like Nick Chubb. I like the attitude of the Browns.
Yes. Yes. It's weird. I feel so bad for Amari right now. He's going through quarterback hell right now.
He's kind of like Garrett Wilson and Devontae Adams right now. They got Tim Boyle, AOC, and DTR chucking on the ball.
Rough out there for the boys. Rough.
It really is.
So, if you had to put money on one team to win the Super Bowl, who would it be?
I think I'd have to go with the 49ers right now.
The Niners?
I had them winning it last year, but obviously in the championship game, they had Christian McCaffrey playing quarterback, so it's not going to work out.
That I couldn't imagine being on that team. How depressing that would be.
I know. I mean, I know Brock Purdy's not an elite talent, but maybe he's a system quarterback, kind of like Tom Brady. Not saying he's on that level, but he runs that system well, and he's pretty good. So, yeah, having CMC at quarterback, you just know the defense has no respect for the passing game. So,
Chris, I think you could lead the Niners to the playoffs with that offense.
Hey, give me a month to practice and learn some plays. We might be able to get 6-7 wins scrapped together.
Oh, shoot. That's awesome.
But I do think it would be like 49ers and probably the Chiefs. I know they don't have like the luster of the Miami Dolphins this year, but I do think Patrick Mahomes can obviously overcome anything else.
Do you think the Ravens are contender for the Super Bowl?
Yeah, they're right there with them. They don't have quite the offensive power, but I mean, Lamar Jackson's obviously extremely talented.
Losing Mark Andrews hurts a lot, though.
Yeah, I think I read something he might potentially be able to come back for the playoffs, but don't quote me on that. I feel like I read that, though. But other than that, we know the defense was great. We had a great game with the Browns. I remember that one was an absolute banger.
Kyle Hamilton's freaking pick six, right? To start
right off the rip. I was like, here we go again, Deshaun Watson.
Yep. That's how I felt, too.
But I wouldn't be surprised if it's Ravens, Chiefs, and Niners, Eagles.
Yeah. I think the Eagles get it done this year. I really do.
I mean, that tush-push play is undefeated.
Oh, it's unstoppable. Really?
Yeah. That's what makes Jalen Hurts so amazing in fantasy. I mean, once they get inside the 3-yard line, it's just an auto touchdown every single time.
Yeah. I was so mad when my dad took him in fantasy.
I mean, you're getting a running back, and he's a good quarterback, too. No disrespect to his arm, but, I mean, what he can do on the ground is just amazing.
Yeah, I mean, having guys like A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith, those two studs. Dallas Goedert, who's a tight end, too.
I mean, A.J. Brown, he had that stretch of, 125 yards for, 6 straight weeks. The dude is amazing.
Yeah, dude, I loved him coming out of Ole Miss. I thought he was going to be really good. He torched the Browns his first game ever. He had 100 yards.
I remember that. He got stuck with Tannehill at quarterback, but he finally broke through with Jalen Hurts. Yeah.
You need to come back so we can run a home run derby again.
I know. Unfortunately, I only come back usually during the holidays, and it's freezing cold out there. But I'm going to try to come back. Maybe if Andrew can get something set up, we'll do a home run derby just like old times, because we had a blast every day in the summer almost, it seemed like.
Yeah. Half the dudes were quitting their jobs to do the home run derby. Just great.
If you weren't quitting your job, you weren't too serious enough.
Right. So we definitely got to run that back. I do these sports vlogs, so I'll make a big video of us doing home run derby.
Oh, yeah. Edit that up. It would look pretty sweet, I think.
Yeah. So, Chris, that's all I got, man. I really appreciate you coming on, doing this. This was awesome. Maybe you, me, and Andrew can do a future show.
That'd be fun. He was on one recently, wasn't he?
Yeah. We did it before the season. We were doing higher or over and unders, and that was pretty fun.
Yeah.
A playoff show with the boys.
Yeah, that'd be fun for sure. I mean, I talk to Andrew every day. He's always talking sports, so I know he'd be down for something.
Yeah, but we'll keep in touch. So thank you again for doing this, bro. I really appreciate it.
Appreciate it. It's fun talking.